Hi, my name is Johnson. Welcome to Autocraft World YouTube video tutorial series on SEO guides and WordPress tutorials. In this tutorial for today, I'm going to be showing you how to optimize images for SEO and the web. Search engines like Google will always extract information about the image from the content um, of the page where the image is inserted on your website. Unless, of course, if you have actually included the image as a non-index. But then the search engines can actually listen to you or choose not to. So it is always better to actually optimize your images wherever they are located on your post or the page on your website. Now, what actually are search engines looking for? They're looking for information such as your alt text of the image captions, the image title, and the image description. Now, with this information in mind, you should always make sure that images are actually placed, near relevant text and on the page that are relevant to the image itself. When you make use of irrelevant images and images that do not, are not even relevant to the content of your post, it is actually bad for search engine. It is bad for search engine optimization. It's actually very bad for SEO. What I'm trying to say is make sure that the image that you're actually using in your post is actually the image you're using on your post on your post content are actually very relevant. Now let's ask ourselves, what exactly is a good and descriptive file name for your images? Now, when you save image on your desktop or your laptop, you need to upload them to your website. In what format should you save your images? I mean, in what format should you save your images, and also how should the name of the image, how the description of the file name be? So take a look at the screen. You can see an image of running sport shoes. If we consider this, how should you actually save this and in what name should you save it and then upload it to your website? Most people will go ahead and use this particular format to actually save the image on the laptop and upload it in this format, IMG, and then using numbers to actually describe the image. This is actually not good for SEO. Whatever your image actually represents you, be the name that you should use to sell it. For example, this image of running sports shoe. So if you save this, it should be also running shoes. It can be running shoes if you want, or basically it can be running sports shoes if you want, or running shoes illustration. You shouldn't use all this together. You should can only use one of it to describe it. Now, when you do this, you actually are giving a perfect descriptive file name to your image, and you give Google and other search engines clues about the subject matter of your inserted image. This practice, I tell you, is actually good for SEO. Now, what about the alt text? It's also important to include an alt text description of your image on your webpage because this practice actually will earn you a very good SEO score and also improve your overall SEO grade. And just like the descriptive file name, you can actually choose to, for your alt text, you can choose to use running sports shoes, running sports shoes. And if your keyword, if the keyword you actually use. So, in looking at alt text tool, I actually advise that the name you're going to use for the text that you're going to use for your alt text should also be same as your focus keyword. Why? Because if you endeavor to do this, you actually also making sure that your SEO score are being improved upon. But one thing I've seen people do is try to, you know, stuff their keywords in their auditors. I tell you, please keep away from this as it is actually very bad for SEO. Now take a look at this. Running sports shoes, running sports shoe illustration, sports shoe. This is part. You can't just do this. If you do this, please, you need to stop doing it because it is this is what they call keyword stuffing. And I tell you, Google and other search engines will actually, especially Google, they actually penalize you for doing this. Using something like running sports shoe is okay. Just leave it like that. Now let's look at also using image captions. Now, when you use image captions along your images, it's actually a good thing because it actually improves user engagement on your post. It is actually said that people read the caption of an image more often than reading the entire post content itself. So you should just make sure that your image have a caption. So, beside the said reason, oftentimes your readers may also have a slow internet connection, and your image may not show up. So, slow in loading. Also, in this case, the caption will also show, and the reader will be able to know what the image is all about because the caption is in text, so well, it's going to show for before the image. So you can see the caption here um, directly under the image. So let's also take a look at how you need to actually make sure that your images actually load on time. Now, one thing that can actually have negative impact on your page or entire website um, loading speed are your images, and you really do not want to joke with that aspect of your website because page speed is actually one of the ranking factors for search engines, as included in Google's core web fighters. And your site does not speak well to your visitors if it's actually loading very slow. You just imagine. Do you think your visitors are going to have that patience when your website will take almost 5 to 10 minutes to load? So it's something that you need to actually uh, take cognizance of. Because for me, if I visit a website and I have to wait for eternity for that website to load, all I need to do is click the back button and choose the next website as shown in the search engine result page. What are the things that you need to actually do to make sure that your images, load fast and do not slow down your website? Now you need to choose the right image format. And you need to serve the right image size on your website. You need to compress your images if you have to. You need to use You can also use the CDN platform to serve your images or your entire website. Another thing you can do is to lazy load your images. Now let's take a look at where you can actually get a free nice image for your content because getting nice looking images that actually complement your post content may be hard. Yes, it might be hard sometimes, and more than often you may not even find the right images that you want. And if this happens, you need to actually resort to using your digital camera to take a picture shot of what you want. And in reality, this may not always be the case because you may also need more than a simple graphic design skills to achieve this. So now, getting free images to use on the World Wide Web is actually possible. But where can you actually, get these free images? So I've actually listed three websites here because I actually use this website, and this is where these are the websites I usually visit to get most of the images I use on my website. Pixabay, FreePic, and Pixels. So when you visit this website, you go to the search engine and you can usually get um, get the kind of image that you want. That actually, as I said, make sure they actually correspond to the content of your post. Now, in general, what are we looking at actually when we say we need to optimize images for SEO? Now, the thing you need to focus on is this on your checklist. Make sure the images are actually relevant to the content. Make sure your image have an author. Make sure your images have good quality. Make sure your images are also free to use. And never use images from Google search. Make sure the file size of your image is actually below 50 kg, 50 kilobytes, not 50 kg, sorry, 50 kilobytes. Make sure your images are in any of the following format, either BMP, GIF, JPEG, PNG, WebPN, or SVG. You make sure your images are responsive because they will be showing up on different platforms across the web. Here I've put there's a particular Google free course on Udacity that you can actually take. It's a free course from Google from Udacity that you can actually take to learn more about how to make sure that your images that you use in your website are actually responsive. I'm going to put the link in the description. Make sure you use the right size of images as you post. This also may be dependent on the kind of theme that you use. Because some theme will automatically actually recite the image that you upload. Use HTML image sitemap to actually allow search engines and discover your images on your site easily. This for them to easily, list them up in the search engine result page. It is also said that 20% of all search results are from Google image search. Now let's take a look at SEO image SEO plugin from WordPress that you can actually use um, to achieve all these that have been mentioned. So I'm going to be looking into two particular image SEO WordPress plugin, and the first is the auto image attribute from finding with bulk update updater, and also Imagify that can optimize your images and convert them to web. Now, the auto image attributes from finding with bulk updater WordPress SEO image plugin we automatically add attributes such as image title, image caption, description, and alt text from the image find in. And also make sure that you can update image attribute for both new images and existing images in the media library. Now, even if you already have images on your website before you install it, make sure that those attributes are actually assigned to the image rather than as you upload new images, the same happen. Now with this image SEO plugin, you can set image file name as the image title, you can set the image file name as the image caption, you can also set file name as the image description, you can set the image file name as the image alt text. You can insert image title into post HTML. You can remove hyphens from the image file name, remove underscore from the image file name. You can remove full stops from the file name, remove commas from the file name. You can also remove all numbers from the file name if you do not want any numbers to show up. You can also choose to turn off any of the above mentioned features. Whichever one you do not like, you can also choose to turn it off. One thing about this image is it's very easy to use. Now let's go to the WordPress dashboard so that I show you how you actually go about setting this plugin. Now what you need to do is to log into your WordPress dashboard. I'm currently in my WordPress dashboard, and the next thing you need to do is click on add new plug, add new, click on add new. Then on the search bar, type in the name of the plugin, which is auto image attributes from file name with bulk updater, which is this. So the next thing I need to do is just click on install now. So wait for it to install. After installing, I need to click on activate to actually make use of the plugin. Now we're here. Now the next thing I need to do, and there's the plugin auto image attribute for file name with bulk updater. Now I need to actually click on settings. So it takes us to the dashboard of the plugin. So these are the basic setting. Here you have the bulk updater setting. Now let's look at the basic settings first. As you can see here, automatically add image attributes such as image title, image caption, description, and alt text from image file name for new upload. Now, observe this from image file name. So, as I mentioned before this, the name within which you use to actually save your image actually matters. It must be a descriptive name, and please do not use things like ING0044, ING this. No, just use the name that actually correspond to the image. What is actually the image talking about? That is what you should use. So under the global switch, turn it on to enable or disable auto attribute. If you disable this, then you are automatically disabling the auto image attribute which makes use of the name that you use in saving the file on your desktop or laptop. So here under the general settings, you check this, it's already checked, so you can choose to turn it off. I want to leave it checked. It's to set image title for new upload. So as you are uploading a new image automatically, it set it. So set image or text for new upload, set image caption for new upload, set image description for new upload. Now under the filter settings, you need to remove the hyphen. Maybe you use an hyphen when you're saving the file name, saving the image file name. You can choose to this should remove it automatically. Underscore it remove it. It also remove full stop and comma. So if there's any number there from 0 to 9, when you check this, it also remove it. The basic SEO settings inside image title to post HTML. This will add image title the post HTML. So I advise you leave this check too. Now this is for pro features. You need to have the pro subscribe for the pro features to actually use it. But basically, these are what we need for now. And the next thing you need to do is to click on save. Now let's look at the bulk updater. Click on it. Yeah. So the first thing that the backup data expect us to do here is to actually back up your database before running the backup updater. You need to actually back up your database. One of our videos talk about how to actually back up your website and the database also using Updraft. One of our I'll try to put it in the description below. So once this is done, once you are done, backing up your database, backing up your website, you can come here and click Run Bulk Updater. Now, this is event log. It's actually saying that on this website you have it remains 274 images that needs to be uploaded. So if I run the bulk updater, automatically I start running. It will take a bit of a time depending on your internet, the strength of your internet network. Now, the next plugin that we're going to be looking at, which I said that you can actually use both together, is the Imagify WordPress plugin to optimize images and also convert them. Now, Imagify is actually regarded as one of the most advanced WordPress image SEO tool to actually optimize your images on your website. And with this plugin, you get to optimize images in one click. Make your images lighter without actually losing the quality. Also convert your images to WebP and also speed up your website. Now, the following are what Imagify can do for you to automatically optimize all images currently on your website, and also as you upload new images it also do the same thing inclusive of all thumbnails. You have the there you can choose to actually convert your images to WebP, and you which also provide a platform for you to actually speed up your website. It also compresses your images in any of the following from either JPEG, PNG, PDF, or GIF, either is animated or not. It actually compresses them without losing quality. You actually also get a chance to actually choose the kind of quality that you want for the compressed images. Now let's go to back to our WordPress dashboard and let me show you how to actually set Imagify WordPress SEO plugin. Now here on the WordPress dashboard, we need to click on Add New. As Add New under plugin. Then once we're here, go to the search, and we type in Imagify. Alright, Imagify. That's it. So we'll wait for it to load. This is Imagify. It's Imagify with more than 500,000 active installation. Now we need to click on Install Now. Then that we click on Activate to actually be able to make use of the plugin. So here we are. So the image file window in a WordPress dashboard. Image file will actually require you to do three things. And the first is to create an account with an email to which you're going to send the API key, which you're going to insert. So after inserting that, then you can go to settings. The settings is not going to show without you signing up first. So let's do that. Let's click on sign up. So here is expecting me to actually enter the email. So you can sign up. So you can see this. It's telling me congratulations that account has been successfully created. So it's asking me to check my mailbox where I'm going to receive an email with my API key. So I'm not going to show you my email in this video, but I'm going to copy my API from it and come back and paste it here. Now, in your email, you're actually going to be cautious of two things. Now, the first is a link that you need to click on to actually set your password so that you can have log into your own Imagify dashboard. And the second is actually your API key. So you need to copy the API key first, then click on the link to actually set your password. So you're also going to be making use of your email address in logging into your Imagify dashboard. So I already have my API key. Now what I need to do is to click on I have my key. So I already have my key, so I need to paste it there and click on connect. So your API key is valid. Congratulations. You can now configure the Imagify settings to automatically. So click on OK. Now the next thing I need to do is to go to settings. So here it is. So once you're here, you can scroll down, and here you have the normal, aggressive, and ultra. So these are the plans available for you to choose. And the default one is aggressive. Now you can also choose to click here and let Imagify analyze your existing images and determine the best plan for you if you don't know the one to choose. But the one that come as default is the aggressive one. Now, when you scroll down and you see the auto optimized images on upload, you see the backup original images. So if you need to keep the XIF data, the EXIF data of your images, go ahead and check it. So click down. Do you want to create a web versions of the images? You can go ahead to check it's already checked. Still on the site is already, you can choose to check it. Now there's an option to actually use the CDN here, which is here. So it's a choice. I click on this, so it turns it. If you have no desire to use the CDN, just turn it off. Then you have under the media library, you can resize larger images to smaller sizes. Actually, change it to whatever size that you want for it. Imagify actually goes to the extent of, you know, giving you an option to actually add the team optimization too. So these are thumbnail sizes that you need to check too, and you need to check this if you want the toolbar to actually display. So once you're done with everything, just go ahead and click on save. Also remember, though I put one to here, your value here should not be less than 2048. It should not be less than that. So done, click on save. Another thing you should be aware of, sorry sir, this is the starter plan, and if you need more options to optimize your image, you actually need to pay to actually get more options. But then I tell you that the limited option, the option that the startup plan actually provide is enough to also optimize your site to an extent, and it's actually come with 100% free point for you to actually make use of. Let's check this out. Let's go to save and go to bulk optimizer. Okay, so here's the bulk optimizer. I'm here to use standard base, so you have 100% space. I see have 100% space credit left. So none of the image have been. I've not used Midify to actually optimize all the images. So here I can check the media library to actually optimize all the images that are currently in my website media library. And if actually I have some my images in different folders, I can actually choose to click and do that. Once I'm done, I come back here and click on Imagify and all. So that's it. These are actually you optimize your images and get your website speed up and make your website comfortable with the search engines. And don't forget to subscribe to the channel, to the craft channel, and also share this video link to your friends and families. And also don't forget to like the video. Thank you and bye for now.